Is this on? I think this is on.
Okay.
This is on.
I don't know how much juice is in my phone, so
Okay.
let's just begin recording.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Live from outside the Ray Horseman Studios.
Yeah.
It's nobody listens to Paula Poundstone.
It's New Year's Eve, and we've come to record our podcast because we love our nobodies. And apparently, Anthony didn't get the message.
Anthony Alfaro did not get the message. So
or he's off with his animals somewhere.
He's off with his animals celebrating New Year's Eve, whereas me and Paula and Tony and Bonnie are here in front of Ray Horseman Studios,
We are
recording
actually
into a phone.
Standing outside. Let me ask you something. Like, from where I'm standing right now, I'm looking, like, straight forward at Miranda Street. And in the little island of grass,
Right.
on the edge of the sidewalk, no matter where you, every week, there's a different bent wire.
Yeah.
Not like a wire that you would connect, not like a cord.
No, more like a wire hanger wire.
Right, like a wire hanger.
Or a
Just
TV antenna.
In almost every week, probably because I'm almost blind, I trip over a different wire almost every week.
How do you know
get
it's a different wire?
Well, because I identify the wires.
Okay, good.
I mark them, like a...
Well, a lot of
like
things are marked on this
Like
street.
a game warden. I
Yeah,
put up...
you tag it.
I tag its ear.
Track its migration.
I just don't understand, like, okay, one time maybe a wire is there, okay? But, why every... maybe it's not always
I
a
think it
different
has
wire.
to do with some of the appliances that get left out on this street.
There are a lot of appliances out in
Which,
this.
by the-
Anyways, we are here nonetheless to do our New Year's Eve podcast.
Yes, it's a little. We don't have a house band. I guess we didn't book one of those. Tony, you didn't book a house band?
Nope.
Apparently, we couldn't get anybody.
Yeah, because it's New Year's Eve.
Are we the only idiots who work on? Okay.
We are the only idiots, and we're out here in the cold. And but you know what? We have things to celebrate, right? I mean,
we have a lot to
it
celebrate.
was a good year
It was a fantastic year.
for our podcast. For our world, it was a complete pile of shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
For the world, we've careened off a cliff.
Yes.
But that's why the podcast becomes even more important.
Yes.
It's
So-
a pick-me-up. I
so-
mean, for me, it's been one of the things that's gotten me through a difficult year.
For me too. It's been a bright spot recording this. Much like that
is
bright
that a
spot.
possum?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's the bright spot of the glowing eyes
Yeah,
of that
that's
possum.
a possum. That is a big fucking
That's a
possum,
big
too.
possum. Well, happy
Wow.
New Year, possum.
Yeah, yeah.
If things get really dire, there is that taco truck around the corner that I've been meaning to try.
No,
Ken
Ken
and Ben
always-
Lazebnik said it's
They
quality.
always said it was good food.
Of course, they might not be open either because, as we've
I'm not
mentioned,
sure the taco truck is even here tonight.
It's New Year's Eve.
I don't get the sense that Miranda Street, it's not like Times Square. That's
No.
what I'm noticing.
Yeah, there's a
not a
difference.
big crowd of people here.
There's a noticeable difference.
It's pretty much just us and even like near the laundromat, there's a Zuma dance place.
Yes.
And that place is closed. Wouldn't you want a Zuma dance on New Year's?
I don't think so. Isn't Zumba dance sort of like exercise dance?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I think you want to. I think you want to do social dancing on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I guess. Okay.
I mean,
My
that's-
mistake.
That's okay. Don't worry. Anyway, what we do have a lot to celebrate. and
Okay,
Paula-
but you know what's weird? Where I park my car around the corner, there's that pet store that's open really late.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah,
It's open really late for a pet
that's
store.
one of those things that makes me think it's a front for something.
Well, you know what? I swear to God, I'm not making this up. They advertise in their window that they do, they'll wash your dog, like dog bathing, and that they will do the anal glands. They actually
they
advertise
will
that.
express the anal glands.
Yeah,
as
like
it were.
that. Let's go over there. And but they're open really late at night because apparently it takes a long time to. You
Yeah.
ever heard of that? Expressing the anal.
Yeah. I think that's what they say at the vet. Anybody else hear that one? Look,
No,
about expressing anal glands.
no, but I hear a dog howling right now. So
Yeah.
someone's anal glands are being expressed.
Yeah, I think somebody. Well,
Yeah.
howling and
Or
barking.
someone's
yeah.
expressing themselves about their anal glands.
Somebody
Maybe
does
that's-
not want their glands expressed
Yeah,
at this
right.
moment.
No.
No.
I've always thought it was weird that it's open that late.
It's also weird that it's so close to that new marijuana dispensary.
Yeah.
And those pets look super mellow.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can't really express someone's anal glands without them being
first
stoned.
Getting them stoned first.
Anyways, so we're happy to be here anyways, but it is a little bit cold out here.
But, because we're ending not just the year, but the decade, the teens are over.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020 is coming, and we thought what we were going to do was ask...
Coming in a few hours.
In a few hours. What we're going to do is we're going to ask our listeners, and we did through Facebook. Tony, you've posted something on Facebook asking our listeners what were the biggest highlights of the year for them on our show.
Yeah. I don't. On our show, yes. Not that our show was the biggest highlights of the year. That's not what we're saying.
No, but for us, it was.
So what better time to look back at some highlights from the past? We asked listeners to come up with some favorite things they'd like to hear again, and we're going to play those for you tonight.
That's right. And
I don't think Anthony's in there somewhere and just not responding.
well, one of those animals is eventually going to kill him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of depressing to think that he might be bleeding out on New Year's Eve
He's
in there.
probably
but
pinned to a
it's
wall
quite
by
possible.
a yak even as we speak.
Yeah, yak could be goring him
Yeah.
at this moment. and if so, may old acquaintance be forgot. Anyway, Paula, many listeners who replied to Tony and Anita Hull's question said that their favorite moments involved French Trump.
Oh, I love French Trump.
French Trump, the second hand puppet to make a major appearance on this show. And who knew you were such a gifted puppeteer? And
Years of study.
he doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
What doesn't?
French Trump.
Why not?
Because it doesn't make sense to me that there would be a French version of Trump.
Oh, there is.
But for some
Enough
reason,
said. There
for some
is.
reason, I find it much more palatable than the real one. So let's hear a little bit of French Trump right now, and the segment that attracted the most attention from our listeners.
Whistleblower! It is I, French Trump!
Oh, look, everybody, it's French Trump.
I am looking for you, whistleblower! It is I, French Trump. I didn't do it. It is okay to do it, and I will do it again. He did it!
French Trump, welcome. This is our indistinguishable physically from Mrs. Culpepper hand puppet.
We may have some similar DNA.
Yes.
But it is I, French Trump.
Now, what were you saying when you first arrived? It sounded like we sell blowers.
Pardon me. I have to switch the Russian oligarch money from the washer to the dryer. I will be right back.
So French Trump, you were literally laundering money.
I am laundering the Russian oligarch money.
Okay, well, French Trump, that's not how you...
Whistleblower.
We sell blowers?
I am looking for you.
A whistleblower.
Whistleblower. I'm looking for you, whistleblower. Was it you, Adam Felber? Are you the whistleblower?
I want to say two things, Mr. French Trump.
We?
Number one, no. And
You
number
are not the whistleblower?
No, and it would be illegal for me to admit it. You can't. You're not allowed to ask me that. And number two,
I did ask you.
I know you did.
I have executive privilege.
That's not what executive privilege is.
It is. I am
No,
the
it's-
executive and I am privileged.
That's true.
I can ask you whatever I want.
I am almost certain.
I hate Pierre Delecto.
You hate Pierre Delecto?
Pierre Delecto. I love
Oh, you mean
him.
Mitt Romney's alter ego?
Oui.
Isn't that weird? Mitt Romney, it turns out, has a
A
French
French
alter ego,
ego.
which we
Imagine
pioneered
that.
first on this show.
Yeah, Pierre Delecto copies me.
yeah, we
He
did
is a
do it
ditto.
first.
He is a ditto of me.
A ditto?
A ditto. I did not do it. I did do it. It's okay to do it. I will do it again. Look what he did. It is French Trump.
French Trump. You've
I
inserted...
killed Baghdadi with my bare hands.
No, you
And I
didn't.
killed Bag Mommy as well.
That was not her name. Oh my God, French Trump.
It was her name, Baghdadi and Bag Mommy.
No, Baghdadi's name was because he came. It was al Baghdadi because he came from the city of
it's
Baghdad.
from a band from the 60s. The Baghdadis
and
and
the
the Bag
Mommies, of course.
From
yeah.
Bag Mommy Cass. She was saying the songs
Mommy
about
Cass?
California, who I will not help. I will
state of
not help California. I am
What?
French Trump, and I will not help California.
Well, why? Why wouldn't you help us? You're the president of the United States.
It does not matter. They are very too far to the left.
Too far to the left.
They are too far to the
They're
left.
still your constituents.
Not my constituents. Whistleblower.
Now, the other point I want to make is I'm almost
looking
certain.
for you, whistleblower.
I can't think of a single place in France where they would say whistleblower with that accent.
Whistleblower.
Well, you keep looking, French truck.
Adam, will you do me a favor, though?
You're looking very sly at the moment.
Will you do me a favor?
I would have to know what the favor is.
Will you investigate Joe Biden?
Joe Biden? No,
and
I won't.
His son, who dare be done?
Who dare?
Who dare be done? Could you investigate them?
No.
You're very negative.
It's that simple.
minus, whistleblower.
Well, I think I saw the whistleblower out on Miranda
For
Street.
you. Is it Dame Maggie Smith?
It could
Are
be.
you accusing Dame Maggie Smith of being the whistleblower?
I'm saying you should go and ask her.
I'm not going out there right now.
Not a
It is
brave
my
puppet.
executive privilege
Can I talk to Paula?
stay here.
Because we're so yeah.
Adam,
Yes.
hi.
Are you ready to move on to
I'm
our next
ready.
segment? But before we do, I'm going to digress because something happened.
Where could you be?
The French truck. I'm going to need to speak to Paula.
Yes.
French Trump.
Oh, you gotta love him.
Nothing like him. Well, Captain Crinkle is standing out here with us. Since we're locked out of Ray Horseman Studios and recording this on Paula's phone, you may not be able to hear her crinkling.
I think you can now.
I guess you can because Bonnie is now recording. Okay. Really, Bonnie? You're opening Doritos now?
I had a bag with me.
All right, Bonnie, maybe, listen, you crinkle away while we play another listener favorite. It actually involves you, Bonnie.
Oh, okay.
You might remember it was you explaining your adventure posting Paula's hit single, Not My Butterfinger, on iTunes. And here,
I love that one.
oh yeah, you know, everybody loves it. Here is Bonnie's succinct explanation as to how things went awry.
She's been my
tried.
manager for 26 years.
Thank you, Haley. Hey, Paula, a couple of weeks ago, we had the much-awaited premiere of your rap song lamenting the change in the Butterfinger recipe.
So exciting. We had newsman Frank Buckley out on the street. There
Genuine
were
newsman. We
crowds-
didn't play that up enough, but yeah.
Crowds out there thronging with interest and anticipation at hearing Not My Butterfinger. And,
And we
and then it turned out...
Well, here's the thing. We promised everybody on the subsequent show that by the time they heard the subsequent show, that song would be out on iTunes.
Well, there were two problems.
Right.
One is we inadvertently put out an incomplete version of the song
Right.
on the podcast
So if
itself.
you're one of our first, I think something like 35,000 downloads on that show.
Yeah.
You might
you're
want
trendsetters.
Yeah, you're trendsetters,
B,
and thank you for being such devoted nobodies. But you heard the wrong version of it. We've corrected that since, and so if you were to go back and re-download, you could hear the right thing, or you could go to iTunes. Or could you? Now, here's the thing that happened.
Well, Bonnie assured us.
That
that it would be up on iTunes.
Captain
we said,
Crinkle, Bonnie Burns, your manager.
yeah, my manager, 26 years.
Yeah.
We said to her, well, should we not say that it's on iTunes yet because it's not on iTunes yet? And she said, no.
I'm going to handle it.
I'm going to take care of it. It's going to be on iTunes.
And if you remember, Paula, I expressed some skepticism.
Did you?
As to whether
It's
that
not
would
like you.
really, really be a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't happen.
What do you mean?
It wasn't up on iTunes when the show dropped. But there's a very good explanation, I'm sure. And so, against my better judgment, bringing to the microphone now, Captain Crinkle, Bonnie Burns, who, I want to point out, Bonnie, what's in your right hand right now? What did you just grab as you sat down? Yes, a bag
there
of
we go.
Doritos.
It's Captain Crinkle.
Captain Crinkle's here.
With her signature sound.
Now, Bonnie, you're known for making a lot of extraneous noises. I want you to make some strenuous ones right now and tell us what the
away.
fuck
Ask
happened
away,
with
you guys.
iTunes, Bonnie.
Okay, here's the deal.
Because you
Yeah.
promised.
Yeah, and I didn't really think it was going to be so difficult to get this song up on iTunes. But
Muskrat Love is on iTunes.
okay, so when you threw down the gauntlet and said, "I don't think you're going to be able to get the song up in a week,"
Yeah.
I was determined that I was going to prove you wrong.
Okay.
But I hit a few little.
Do you want me to read what you wrote about how this went wrong?
No, I
Okay.
want to say what
okay,
went
yeah, okay.
wrong. Okay, so if you recall, when we were playing the song for real,
Yeah.
just before we started the show, we queued up the song, and her single's supposed to be single explicit, meaning
Yeah.
she says
The
fuck,
explicit lyrics and
with
Yeah.
a skit.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But when we queued it up, what got sent to us was
So the tracks were
clean
mislabeled.
version. Right.
The tracks were
okay.
mislabeled.
But
that
And when
wasn't
they
the
say
only problem.
clean
No, but wait.
version, what they're talking about is when I say fuck, instead it goes f.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
As though you're learning the word on the electric company for the first time.
Right, exactly.
Okay, and we even went through a little process here where, like, Jay looked on his phone. We'd sent the tracks to Anthony. Clearly, they were mislabeled. So we decided.
Mislabeled
the
tracks, so that's
tracks
one
were
reason.
mislabeled.
Okay, wait. You
Yeah.
didn't let me finish. Okay.
No.
So
No,
we
I'm not
decided
sure I want you
that
to.
we were going to sit here while we were taping the show. We'd listen to the clean version, unbeknownst to the listeners at home, and then we would put in the explicit mastered version
Yeah,
after the
but this
fact.
is the-
And that's what people would hear when they heard the show. That was
Right.
the plan.
But we covered that already. We're asking about iTunes.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay, but slowly and taking the scenic route. What the fuck happened with iTunes,
I'm in-
Bonnie?
I'm in Ken Lezebnik's America. okay. So now, the guy who mixed the show.
Yeah, the
sends
guy who
over-
mixed the show.
You know, and you mentioned on the show that we had all these different
We don't
tracks.
have enough buses
No,
for the
I'm
number of
just
people you're throwing
yeah.
under at this point.
I'm just
need a
explaining
fleet
that we
of buses
said
on
there were all
Miranda
these
Street.
different tracks, right?
Yeah, there
was
were all these different
explicit,
tracks,
There was
yeah.
ones with the skit, the
Yeah.
acapella, blah, blah, blah.
God
The
damn
guy
it,
that
Bonnie.
mixed this song sent over 8 tracks, but actually it was more like 16 tracks because there's the wave,
I'm
the
gonna-
MP3.
I'm gonna make
no,
you skip
I
ahead.
have to
Okay.
figure.
No,
I
you
have
don't
to
have
finish.
to.
Yeah.
No,
This
I
isn't
do.
your choice, Bonnie. No, shut up. This is not.
Let me just
No, I wanna
finish.
hear what
I'm
she has
getting
to
it.
say.
Our
Okay,
listeners
come
don't.
on.
No.
I have to get to it. Okay.
Is there a banana in this? Because usually a lot of good stories
Okay, wait,
turn
I
on a
gotta get to
banana.
this. Okay.
You
He
promised
sent
me
over-
succinctness.
He sent over 16 tracks, basically.
He sent over 16 tracks.
That were labeled different things. Okay?
They were labeled
I
different
started
things.
listening to
But
them.
you found the right one.
No, that's my point. That's what I'm getting to.
She's
when
making a point.
I'm making a point. And frankly, here's the point.
Okay.
We haven't even gotten to the part
I'm
where it's
getting
misedited yet.
I'm
Are you
getting there.
serious?
It would say like explicit no skit. And I listened to it and it would be clean with a skit.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Okay, that's
It was
like,
all mislabeled.
Okay, Adam, let me help you understand this. It's like if you tore open a bag of double stuffed Oreos.
I understand mislabeled.
Yeah, they
I
were-
don't understand
they
why
were-
we have to
okay,
belabor
because
belabor the
here is the
mislabeling.
because
point.
she's explaining. She's
Okay,
making a point.
Here's the point. What we needed
I
was
totally relate to what she's
single,
saying.
Like say it said.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
I am
Single,
too, 'cause I'm leaving.
explicit with skit.
Nobody
okay?
I've
That's what
seen
we needed.
Walton's episodes that weren't this
We
dramatic.
needed to put up on iTunes single, mastered, explicit.
I can't
with
walk,
skit.
John Boy. I can't walk.
You literally called me before the show to tell me you had a succinct explanation for this.
But I'm telling you,
She literally did
that's
that.
what we needed.
No,
Right?
she's
You
trimmed it down since she told it to me. I have to confess, Trump wasn't in town. I was just listening to her explanation. It took
were
me 3 hours to
things-
get here.
There were things labeled that,
Yeah.
but that's not what was on the track.
Okay,
We get that! Oh my fucking god!
so it's mislabeled.
Okay.
Right?
Wait, what? Mislabeled, you say?
Yeah, let me help you understand. It's like if you got a can of Vandekamp's beans,
Right, but inside the
baked
can,
beans,
yeah.
right? And now you're like, and now you take the lid off, and it's fucking chickpeas. Do you see what I'm saying? You thought it was baked beans, but it's garbanzo beans. Do you see? So they were the tracks. There were 16 tracks. Is that right?
We haven't even got.
I want to get to this.
Okay, I'm getting there.
You're
All
not.
right. I am. Okay.
I want to ask you a question, okay?
That's-
No. You have
Because
to
you're
stop.
not understanding. There were 16 tracks, and they were mislabeled.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bonnie, no. Stop talking. Stop talking. I get to ask you a question, and then you can answer my question.
Oh my God!
After you sorted out the labeling and got the track correct when it was re-edited and correctly labeled, then there was no problem getting it on iTunes, right?
No, because
No,
you
this
haven't
is.
let
Oh
me
my
finish
God!
She's
the
like,
story.
she's just denying the premise of the question.
Who
There
is
is
it?
no way to tell this story without boring you about how I got the
No,
track
this
fixed.
is like
no, you
the.
haven't let me
No,
finish.
each
okay?
questioner only gets 5 minutes.
Good God, that's your
Wait,
time,
let me
Ms.
just
Burns.
finish. Okay,
This is like
so
the
I had to go
Lewinsky
through
hearings.
My point being, how much time got eaten up because I had to go through all those tracks.
So she had to listen to each
get
track.
Why?
They were
Right,
mislabeled.
Really? She could have just told me that.
Yeah, no, she's
because
not
you
being
had-
clear.
Even the dog is agitated
Don't
now.
wrench.
You had to listen to see if she said fuck or not in each one
I
of those
understand
versions.
what
Can
a
I ask you
labeled
something?
track
When
is.
you were listening, did you ever doze off? And then you were like, oh, fuck, now I don't know if she said
Okay, wait.
fuck.
Now the point is, he didn't have that. He didn't have the track we needed.
I could have said the tracks were mislabeled, and the correct one wasn't even there, so we had to edit it correctly again. That's
Okay,
it.
but
It's one
not
sentence.
me.
where's the banana in that story?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now I go to the mastering house,
She goes to the mastering house.
and it turns out they go, here, we'll send you all the tracks we have.
So they're going to send all the tracks they have to her.
I don't think you
Okay,
understand how
here's the
little I want to hear the whole story, and how
Here's
little
the-
our listeners
no,
care about
here's
this.
the
No, they
whole
do.
point of the
What are you
story.
kidding me?
The
They care
point
about
of the
this.
story is,
She went to the mastering house, and they said they're going to send it to her.
Yeah, but
everything they had.
her request for mastering house, her Google search led her to an S&M place.
no, the
5 minutes later, she finds herself hogtied and whipped as
No,
she's trying
point
to.
of the
No,
story
but
is,
she did meet a
this
furry
is
guy.
Eating up. This is eating up a lot of the time.
It's taking a
to
lot of
put
the
the
time.
song up.
As
on
long as it's
iTunes.
taking you to tell the story, because then that's a
No.
fucking long time.
Okay, anyway, the mastering house doesn't even have 8 tracks. They
don't
have
have-
12 tracks. Who knows where they got those? And they have totally different names.
They have
now I
different
have to
names.
listen
So
to all those.
theirs were named by George Foreman. So everyone
Was named
is
George.
named George.
All the tracks were
yeah,
named George.
exactly.
Okay, long story short, because this is important.
She's making
no
a long
long story
story
short
short.
at this point.
I'm going to make it shorter.
That
gonna
ship
make
has
it shorter.
sailed
Okay,
around the
wait.
world and come back
I'm gonna
already.
make it shorter. No, this
Long
part's gonna
story,
be
slightly extended.
This is the worst.
No, I'm going to make it shorter.
Okay.
Just crinkle something. I'm going to crinkle something.
Here we go.
There we go.
Okay, let me just finish. Okay.
Oh my!
Yes.
I had no idea you went through all this.
Okay. All
Now,
right.
now it feels like you have though,
Okay.
right?
Oh, my
I'm gonna-
God.
that part. Okay. Nobody has the right track, so we go to the mixer and we say, "Here's what you got to do: single, explicit." With the skit, okay?
You know,
and we get it
swing,
mastered, blah,
merengue.
blah, blah. Okay, tons of time taken
Okay,
up, right?
a lot of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even imagine.
We get that.
So
to the
there's shit
mastering
that's
house.
not getting
We're
done.
begging for favors, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Anthony agrees to come in at the last minute and
Yeah,
get it.
and
into
he
the
was
show.
bitter. Anthony was very upset
my
about
God,
this.
he really
no,
was
he was
pissed
very
off.
upset
It
about
was
this,
worse
which
than
is
the
why he
ostrich.
brought that
like-
fucking ostrich.
Yeah, I agree.
That
And
thing
he
drilled
was
a
curt.
hole in my
He
hand.
was curt too.
Yeah, was he
okay.
curt?
It's 5 minutes since you said
Okay,
the
just
point of
wait
the
a
story
minute.
is.
I'm giving you the rest of the story.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, you
okay,
didn't
we
say
get
the-
the song. Okay, now
Okay.
it's like Thursday, Friday,
Now it's Friday.
and the
Okay.
show's supposed
Yeah.
to go up
It's almost Friday now.
Monday, and I'm close to making my. I figure, okay, now I can get it up on iTunes, and I'll still have made my
Right,
thing.
exactly.
Easy
And I
peasy.
can
She's
prove
not
Adam's
even to
wrong.
the part of the story
No, so it's-
where she's putting it up on iTunes,
Okay.
which is what we asked her
Okay,
about.
wait.
That was the actual question.
Been my manager for 26 years.
26 years. In all that
Okay.
time, she's told you 2 stories.
Okay,
She's not even done with the second one yet.
No,
Okay.
that's why I'm a goddamn household name.
My point is that this was taking longer than I thought. Okay,
So that's
now
your
here's
point.
The next thing.
Okay, all right.
Jay,
Our
you know,
producer.
who did the
Yeah,
song,
fantastic Jay
hooks me
Deal.
up with this great guy,
Yeah.
Andre, who
Yeah.
actually was so great
So-
that we booked him on the show for next.
Right. And this is just a guy that she dated. This has nothing to do with this story at all.
Great guy.
And he's
Jay
written
knew a
book.
guy
He
that
had
he
these
thought was
hands
good for
that were
Bonnie.
big,
Yeah.
but
He's written a
soft.
book
Yeah.
called "You Made the Single. Now What?"
Right.
Now what's next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
He was supposed to talk me through the steps of what to do to get the song up on iTunes.
iTunes. Oh,
Was
we've
he
gotten to the
able?
question.
Okay, was he able to do that, or did you tell him the story about the tracks?
You know what, Bonnie? I gotta say, I love that you help edit our show because I wouldn't wish this on anybody, and you deserve it. Poor Anthony. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. It turned out
Okay.
that he was in Baku, Azerbaijan, or something like that.
He was far away.
He was
No, what,
I don't want
Azerbaijani-
to.
What's the name of that town? That's country.
Azerbaijani.
Azerbaijani. Yeah,
Azerbaijan.
that's where he
Okay.
was. Yeah.
Well, now you're going to say this is incidental to the story.
It's
Oh, it
not.
is.
What are you kidding me? Azerbaijani is key to this story. It's what the whole thing turns on.
No, okay.
Yeah, because I guess it is a little bit incidental.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not at all.
Let's not have a roundtable discussion about how incidental this is.
Hold on a minute. Let me show you here on this map
Oh, you're crinkling
where
that map.
Azerbaijan is, because I think you're going to understand the importance of that in this story.
It's not, because we live in a world of global communication.
No, it's not. Okay, it's here,
Yeah.
according to my map, but here on Trump's map,
Okay.
there's a bigger circle
yeah,
around
you
it.
just connect it
Here,
with a Sharpie.
here on Trump's map, it's right beside
For
Alabama.
God's sakes, Paula, she's just getting to the point.
Okay, sorry.
Well, my point was going to
26
be.
years we've worked together,
Unbelievable.
and I feel good.
My point was going to be
Okay.
how much time this was taking.
Yeah, it was taking a
but
lot
you're
of
at
time.
Friday, and it's not hard to post something on iTunes unless you didn't know certain details.
He gave me. Okay, he was far away.
He was
Then
far
we were
away.
gonna set up this
You're trying
call.
not to get to the
No,
part where you
okay,
don't know how
never
to
mind
post
about
something
it.
on iTunes.
Okay, no.
Well, no, she never knew how to post something on iTunes.
Okay, he gave me 3 things to do.
Yeah.
Right. So one of them was government copyright, whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
One was run in place.
That's what we've been doing for the last 20 minutes.
Now, one
One
was do the SL, the PP, and all this stuff
The
that was
SL
like.
and the PP.
Don't ask her. Don't you dare ask her, Paula. Swear.
Well, it was,
Don't. I see that question on your lips. Don't you dare.
Can't help wondering.
No.
no, it was fill out the SL, the PP, and whatever.
Oh,
it was.
fill out.
Okay,
fill out
so
the PP.
first I had to figure out what that was.
First, you figure out who fill out was.
My point
fill
about
up
this
out.
is how time consuming.
How,
Yeah.
like, when you first guaranteed me you'd get it up, you didn't realize that posting a song to iTunes involves doing things.
but there was all this other stuff.
But okay, but
And
there
stuff.
is
Yeah,
this.
there was
yeah.
stuff as well.
All that
Yeah.
time.
Things you could have handled.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now part of it. This is an incidental little part to the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little.
Which is
You could
that we
omit this.
hooked
This is
up.
just a little side story.
I don't know
She
if it's
also
worth telling you.
found a cousin on
No,
on
the
23 and Me.
Jay, who I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
But he was going to be on this conference call to
Yeah.
Abishjadi.
But then he
All of
couldn't
us.
be on the conference
And
call.
it took forever to hook it up because whatever his name, Andre
Jay's
guy.
never coming back, Paula.
The
The guy's an award-winning songwriter and hip-hop producer.
and
He's
apparently
not-
has stopped returning Bonnie's calls.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
Yeah, he
Yes. You think?
no, he has.
Has Bonnie been your manager for long, Paula?
26 years.
You don't
Twenty-
say.
26
Wait,
years.
anyway,
I question
Yeah.
your choices.
We're trying to get hooked up with him far away.
Yeah.
And then we're getting close, and Jake texts and goes, I have an artist who's on stage. I'll hook up with you guys in 20 minutes. It was a long process. Okay, anyway.
So it was a very long process, is
Okay,
what
so
I'm
I
hearing.
figured
I wish
out
the
the
listeners could. I wish the listeners could hear my facial expression right now.
okay.
it
He's,
is-
he's making
Here I am.
face number 3 on our Facebook page.
Okay, now.
He's making Rod Rosenstein a hostage face
Yeah,
right now.
please,
okay.
somebody.
Andre had sent me this list that
Yeah.
said,
You have to
get
do
the
these
thing
things.
Yeah.
copyrighted.
Right.
Fill out the PPL, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
which
fill
I
out
did.
the PP and the
then
SL.
there's this thing called TuneCore.
TuneCore?
Right.
Now we're talking.
Right.
What
which
the
is how
fuck
you
is
get your
TuneCore?
Song up.
Yeah, so you put your song
On
up
iTunes.
with the title
On
and the
TuneCore.
artwork, and
Which is when
you're good to go.
I
TuneCore.
realized
It's an
that you
army of-
need artwork.
Of course, you need artwork.
Well, okay, but
We never thought about needing
that
artwork.
before.
So
Have you
she
never used
grabbed
iTunes
a
before?
crayon
No, I
and
was
scribbled on her computer screen. That's
Right.
another problem we're having.
No, but it was just not. I was thinking about all these other things.
I want to tell you, it's a very difficult process, and to date, only 300 million songs have managed to find their way onto
Okay, but
iTunes.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there was
a lot of
little
them
more,
get stuck at TuneCore.
I think there was a little
TuneCore.
more prep time.
I mean, they're
TuneCore,
like
had.
first graders who release singles.
Okay, but whatever. Maybe they had more prep time than I did.
Yeah, more
had
than
2
like-
weeks.
I did
No,
not have
you know
2 weeks.
what?
I had
No.
1 week.
There could be first graders who've released singles and put them on iTunes, but what they didn't have is mixed up tracks. Let's go back to the beginning.
No, we are not
She's
going back to the
no,
beginning.
But she's right. That took up a huge
Exactly.
amount of time.
I
get it.
The
Okay, let me
tracks
just
were
finish.
mixed
I'm
up.
almost done. Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
I
Okay.
am. Okay. So now.
And she had to have it posted by Monday morning.
Right,
and
to
late
prove-
Sunday
that's
night,
right. And
she
when I'm reading about
decided,
the tune, or what?
well, to make another homemade Butterfinger recipe.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't that supposed to be this week?
Yeah.
Wait a
and
minute.
so
Okay.
now she's got sticky shit on her fingers.
Yeah, she ate
no
the ingredients
artwork.
again.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So now
Now.
A TuneCore.
we have a guy.
My
at the
brother
last
served
minute.
in the
We have a
TuneCore.
guy at the last minute do do a photo render, do a design for us.
Yeah, we got a guy to do a
Okay,
design
so
for
long
us.
story short, it's up on iTunes now.
No, because
It's still not up.
no, because
Will it be up by the time people
no,
hear this
just
episode?
wait a minute.
No.
Just a yes or no.
No.
I'm not going there. Because
No.
Paula, your manager,
We've
in
been
reference to
together for
whether you're single will
26
ever be
years.
up on iTunes,
You know what?
says I'm not going there.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is a very sad ending to this story.
You're taking up
No.
an hour and a half
There's
or
no
so.
way. No, there's a very. We've been together for 26 years, and now she's been hired by Apple to help people post things on iTunes.
okay, anyway,
Yeah,
Anyway.
now
Yeah.
I do read when you're posting.
she reads. I've seen her do it.
Oh, yeah. I've seen,
That it
usually
might
when we're
take-
recording.
Yeah,
Now it's Saturday night,
yeah.
and I still have a shot at getting this up by the
Oh
This
time
is
we
all
go
about
to
you
show.
feeling like
No,
like
that I'm gonna win.
that you're
I'm
mad
gonna
that I was
win.
right that you weren't going to
No,
do
wait.
it.
So it's
I
Saturday
think
night.
you may be onto something there.
Okay. It's Saturday night.
Right.
It's like 11:30. I've been working on this all week
Are
long.
you trying to fuck up our
I'm
show right
getting-
now?
I'm
Honestly.
getting there. And
Okay.
okay. So
Yeah, it's a lot of. This is
sitting
shaving
there.
her hundreds of dollars in therapy.
and they have an opportunity for you to do ringtones.
They have.
No, I'm.
What in God's name are you
okay,
doing?
Here's the point.
Can you just say goodbye and go over there?
No.
Honestly. I feel like this is a hostage situation at this point. If you start talking about fucking ringtones, so help me, I
There's
will
a point
throttle
to
you.
this. There's a point
She
to
did send me an email about the ringtones. Did you notice
hope
I
our
didn't get
listeners-
back to you on
I
that
hope our
email?
listeners, if there's any left,
There,
understand how awful this is.
here's the point.
Oh my God!
Here's the point.
You know, we have two boys, Benjamin Applegate and Henry Luciavonic, and they have to get to bed now. They're like 10 years old.
They started listening this morning.
Here's
Oh my
the whole
God!
thing.
Yeah, she did
Okay.
send me an email about the ringtones.
Right.
And I couldn't make heads or tails of what you wrote.
No, because it says you can do ringtones, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, well, that'd be fun. But they have to be in 30 seconds.
Now, when you're completely failing at a task, taking a side trip because,
No.
oh, that would be funny
Okay.
is the last thing I would advise
Yeah.
you to do.
It's almost the end of the story. So
That's why. I'll tell you something.
I'm doing like visual comedy takes at this point. Because
It took me-
I really did just take off my glasses and turn to Paula.
It took me 3 hours to get here tonight because Trump kept blocking the 405 and waving people around. And that's why I took an extra half an hour to go to P.F. Chang's.
Right.
Very similar to what my
Yeah, that's
manager
exactly
Bonnie.
that.
We've been together for 26
That's
years.
a long time, Paula.
Yeah, and now
I'm feeling every
now
second of
my
it.
problem is Apple's problem.
okay, so
You're
so
welcome.
I think, okay, I'll pick a couple of ringtones, put them up there, ask her, hey, what do you think of these things? I'm timing the things.
This has to end
is
now,
some-
Bonnie.
No, I'm giving you, and that is when I realized that the guy who sent the song over and we'd put in the show left out the middle skit. And what we've had on the air,
So it was not labeled correctly, is that right?
no, he labeled it correctly, but he didn't put.
So the whole
right
labeling
song
thing
in
was
there.
never true?
What?
So now we have no.
So,
I'm
no,
moving this along
it gets
unilaterally.
worse.
No, it doesn't. Here's what happens.
Because I had just
Here's what happens.
posted
We
it
as
on
we
iTunes.
Oh, so you posted
and
the
it
wrong
was
one
the
on iTunes.
wrong song.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
Yeah.
move forward right now.
Yeah, I think we
because
should.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna give our listeners right now a break from Bonnie Burns, and that break from Bonnie Burns is gonna be in the form of the corrected and perfect version of your single "Not My Butterfinger,"
Which is available on iTunes.
which is available on iTunes, possibly now. Play it, Anthony.
Oh my God.
Next in line.
Hey, I see that you have the fun-sized Butterfingers in the bag, but do you have the medium-sized ones?
Yeah, we got a new box right here.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah,
All right, cool. What do I owe you?
that's 275.
All right, terrific.
Out of 5. Change. Thank you.
Of all the things that need to change, there are many. In the Butterfinger recipe, there weren't any.
get equal opportunity, that's lunacy. Anyone can see. Can't they address that deep regret instead of just fucking with my chocolate? Some things need to change. Some things need to change, but not my butterfingers. But not my butterfingers. Some things need to change. Some things need to change, but not my butterfingers. But not my butterfingers.
What the fuck is this?
I'm sorry?
There's something wrong with this. What's the expiration date on this?
Ma'am, those came in this morning.
Why, there's something wrong with them. Oh my god. New improved recipe.
I'm sorry?
I'll miss a crispity, crunchity fun size, but what are you thinking? Wouldn't it have been wise? Consider my sister, consider my brother. Stop the gun violence, stop shooting one another. Cruelty to the transgender. I don't get it. It's such a mind bender. That needs a correction, but Butterfingers don't need a new direction. Change our type of fuel. Make a powerful public school. And if we don't let love rule, we're done. Some things need to change. Some things need to change. But not my Butterfingers. But not my Butterfingers. But not my Butterfingers. But not my Butterfingers.
Oh, please.
But not my Butterfingers. Skip the meat and eat some greens. Put down your screens. I'd like to bring back the telephone booth. We deserve the truth. We deserve the truth. We deserve the truth. We deserve the truth. Stop worrying about how much peanut butter. At the top, we've got a gold-plated nutter. We deserve the truth. We deserve the truth. We deserve the truth. Some things need to change. Some things need to change. But not my Butterfingers. But not my Butterfingers. Some things need to change. Some things need to change. But not my Butterfingers. But not my Butterfingers.
Keep it sweet, man. You know, we trying to get better, not bitter out this mud. Let's go.
I feel all the hope going through my body.
Well, I'm sorry about that, ma'am. Can I help you with anything else?
Can I get my money back?
Ma'am, you already bid it.
Why didn't they put it back on the shelf?
Next in line,
Butterfingers.
Wow. Paula, I gotta say, that is something.
Well, thank you. You know what this means, don't you? It means that after 26 years, I'm firing Bonnie Burns as a manager of a stand-up comic and rehiring her
As the manager of...
an entertainer, a comic slash rapper,
A hyphenate.
a hyphenate.
26 years, huh?
Yeah, 26 years. You know, you can see the magic.
Yeah, and in that time, she has brought you from an up-and-coming comedian to a woman standing with a couple of friends out in the cold on New Year's Eve on Miranda
she
Street.
made this possible.
She really did.
And I want to thank her so
All
much.
due
No, you know
respect.
what? Let me just say this. Best manager there ever could be. Until I got with Bonnie Burns, I really could not have dreamed of tripping over a different wire every Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, you know what? Is that laundromat open? Because I just stepped in some dog waste and it went all the way up to my sock.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we can, you know what, while we listen to the next clip, we can amble over there and see if we can use it even if it's not open.
Yeah, I'm going to try to... Oh, Jesus.
And you know, another thing, let's, just stand a little bit away from me if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I don't mind.
All right,
You know, why don't
another
we...
thing-
Another thing that listeners said they loved was when Adam receives phone calls.
What a cast of characters we've picked up who are calling in now.
A lot of fans of yours.
Yeah. I've noticed that.
Well, let's listen to a couple of the more memorable phone calls. You know, Adam, the phone's ringing. Get the phone.
Oh, no. No, please don't make me get the phone, Paula.
Yeah, Adam, get the... Adam, get the
Hello?
phone.
Yeah, hey, Adam, it's Mike Boom Boom Bonifant. You are totally right about this big teeth thing. Actors and
Wait,
actresses...
who's this?
Mike Boom Boom Bonifant. Actors and actresses do not want to have small teeth. You are totally right. I don't know how you work with that woman, Paula Poundstone. She's a bitch. I don't know how you work with her.
Easy there, Mike.
She's a fucking
Mike,
idiot.
Mike, take it. Mike, I'm
She's
not
an
going to
idiot.
listen to this.
Anybody knows that actors and actresses want to have small teeth.
What the hell?
You know, first thing you do when you get to Hollywood is you get an agent and a teeth file. That's, no.
Wait, it's the opposite of what you're saying, Mike.
Oh, fuck. You're right, Adam. You're right, man. I love you. You're right. You're so funny. And
Yeah.
you're always right. And she's a bitch.
No, Mike, I need you not to do that on my show.
No, man.
Mike, I'm hanging up on you. Bye, Mike.
Man, Adam.
How are you still yelling, Adam? I hung up on you. Good God.
Do you know anything at all about vocabulary songs?
Apparently nothing.
Adam, get the phone.
The phone?
Yeah, get the phone.
I really, really don't want to get the phone.
Yes, the phone's ringing. Would you answer the fucking phone, please?
Oh, okay, hello?
Hey, Adam, this is Mike Boom Boom Bonifant. Man, you were totally right about the fucking song. It's gotta be, you gotta remember the song. You know, like, Born in the USA, or something like that. You know, it's AC/DC stuff. And you are totally right.
Well, thank you, Mike.
How does she come up with a song like that? Jeez, she's a bitch.
Hey, Mike! Hey!
Fucking
I didn't think you were going to go there again this time.
Yeah, are you
Wow.
married? I'm married, and I gotta tell you, that's the same sort of thing my wife would do. And
Mike,
I got your back, man. I got your back.
I don't want you to have my back.
I do. I have your back.
I want you not to call back, okay, Mike?
It's me, Adam. It's me, Mike. Boom Boom Bonifant.
For one thing, I can't even begin to tell you what your last name is. It sounds like you start with a B and then you end with like a face full of marbles. Bump.
No, well, my teeth are a little big. It's I'm hoping to be an actor. It's
What's the name, Mike?
Me, Mike Boom Boom Bonifant.
Bonifit?
Bonifant. What's the matter with you?
It's like a
Man, I got
Bonifit
you.
concert?
Bonifant. I got your back, man. I got your back.
I don't want you to have my back at all,
I
Mike.
do. I'm right behind you.
All right, Mike, I'm hanging up again,
I got
okay?
you covered.
Bye,
All right,
Mike.
Adam, call you back later. See ya.
Bye, click.
Well, if someone has a friend that is has
discovers
done their
it.
23andMe and believes as a result that they're related to Barbra Streisand and can't stop singing her songs and can't leave the house without their hair and
We
nails
don't even know if
done
such a person
and
exists.
can't go to lunch without a lighting crew, I
Yeah.
think this is the perfect dialogue to help them.
Well, listeners, if
You're
you're
a
out there
heartless
and you have...
bastard if you wouldn't want to help somebody like that.
Look, hey,
Adam,
hey,
answer
hey.
the phone.
What? I don't want...
Answer the phone.
I really don't want to get the phone, Paula.
Adam, answer the phone.
Hello?
Adam, it's me, Winnie Feynman.
Hi, Winnie Feynman.
I can't believe I got through to you on the phone line. I'm so.
Are you using a
lucky.
landline?
I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
And I just love you so much.
Winnie-
To me, you're piquant. And I mean that in the third use. You have a lively charm. Did you get the birdhouse I sent you?
A birdhouse?
I sent you a birdhouse.
Winnie, I'm not getting anything that you're sending me, and I'm going to
What?
ask you... I'm going to ask you to not send me things anymore because it's uncomfortable.
Adam.
Yeah.
It's so important to me that you get the things that I send you because I love you so much. You're piquant.
Where's this
And you're
love coming from, Winnie?
You're so,
How about Paula?
you're
You love
so-
Paula too, don't you?
I don't love Paula at all because she questions you, and you're right about everything, Adam.
Oh, yeah?
I love you so much.
Okay.
Could I have a picture? Will you send me a picture?
No. No, Winnie. I'm not going to send you a picture of me.
Mom, did you send him the birdhouse?
Uh-oh, there's a mom involved?
I live with my mother, Adam, right
Okay,
now. I'm living
well-
with my mother, but I would much rather live with you. You are so
No,
wonderful.
You're definitely not going to live with
You
me
are-
at any point,
You
Winnie.
are so wonderful. And the way you keep me at arm's distance.
This is the first time I've longed for that Mike Boom Boom guy. Because he's at least he doesn't make me quite this uncomfortable.
I gotta go, Adam. I have to take out the trash. Look I really love you. Take care. Bye.
Take care, Winnie. Well, that was weird.
Boy, she really likes you.
Yeah, I guess so. They're a domesticated animal, are they not, Anthony?
Yes,
Okay.
especially in South America. And then they're pack animals for Andean cultures since like pre-Columbian era.
Andean. Oh, so they're big in Ecuador.
Yes.
Where we are a very famous podcast. So, Ecuador, if you're listening,
Yeah.
we're harboring a llama.
Yeah, we have a llama.
Yeah.
Andean. By Andean, you mean like Andy Williams,
No, the Andes Mountains.
Yes.
Andy Reddick?
No,
No.
the Andes Mountains.
Andy Reddick, who's a big competitor with Roger Federer, who has a store right over on the corner here.
Okay, there's a lot wrong with that statement. I'm going to start with Andy Roddick having retired from tennis.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
eventually
I'm
they
gonna
all
point out that the
retire.
store on the corner is barely a store, and it's not called Federer's. It's called Feder,
Yeah.
And it's an appliance store unaffiliated with reigning Swiss tennis champion Roger Federer.
No, listen to me. Roger Federer cannot, as Andy Roddick figured out. He figured out you can't play tennis forever.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
No.
So Roger Federer bought this store
Right.
on the corner.
Didn't.
He did. And it's an
He
appliance
could run
store.
an appliance store on Miranda Street in North Hollywood until the heat death of the universe and not earn as much money as he earns in a single tennis tournament.
But what you don't know, and I do,
No, you don't.
about Roger Federer is he has a little spending Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See these dolls that are like $10? He
Yeah.
bought a shitload of them.
And they don't even work. All right, is there anything else we need to know about the alpaca, Anthony?
Are they
It's not an
supposed
alpaca,
to
it's
eat?
a llama.
Oh, it's
They're
a llama.
They're different animals.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, you don't know everything.
I don't
You
claim to
don't
know everything.
You don't know everything. Yeah.
I
you know
just
what?
claim to know more
You
than
know what?
you about everything.
The phone's ringing. Answer the phone.
The phone? I don't want to get the phone, Paula. I don't want to get the phone.
No, answer the phone.
Can't we just let it ring?
No, that's rude. Just answer the phone. They're going to know you're there.
Hello?
Yeah.
Adam, it's Mac and Cheese LaPierre. You know, Adam, you don't know everything.
I don't claim to know
You
everything,
don't know
Mac.
Let me ask you something, Adam. Do you visit Wisconsin?
I've been to Wisconsin, Mac.
There's so many places where you could learn so much.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
been to Wisconsin?
I've been to Wisconsin, Mac.
How many times have you been to Wisconsin?
I've been to Wisconsin like 2 or 3 times,
2 or
Mac.
3 times. So you haven't seen the whole state of Wisconsin, have you?
Mac, why are you calling?
There's Appleton, there's La Crosse, there's Eau Claire, there's Kenosha, Wisconsin Dell,
Yeah, I gotta-
Racine, Oshkosh,
Yeah, okay.
Sansar,
Yeah,
Waukesha,
Mac, there's a lot of
Waukesha,
towns in Wisconsin,
Madison,
Mac.
Fond du
Mac!
Lac. Yes.
You don't got to name everything in Wisconsin. I understand that it's a big state.
You know, Fond du Lac, Adam, has one of the top aqua parks. Have you gone there?
What's an aqua park, Mac?
It's a water, you swim with the...
It's a water
Have you
amusement
gone
park?
There? Have you gone there?
No, but I've been to water amusement parks.
Yeah, you've been to water parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mac, I still don't understand how you're calling a podcast that is not, in fact, a live show.
Let me ask you something, Adam.
Yeah,
Do
you're
you walk
avoiding
with
that
the
question.
Lord?
I don't, Mac. I don't, Mac.
You're not right about everything.
I
You
gotta
you
go.
got the
Mac.
alpaca
Mac, I gotta go.
llama
Mac, we
thing
gotta go.
entirely wrong.
Mac, thank you very much for calling.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
how
it was-
you're doing it.
It was good talking to you. It was good talking to you. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
anytime you want to come to Wisconsin, Adam, you got a place to stay. We got a cat for you.
Mac, goodbye.
Bye.
I don't want your cat.
We got a cat for you. You can sleep on the cat any night you want.
Oh, my God.
Do you remember those?
Oh, yes, I remember them all like they were yesterday, because some of them, in fact, were. How's the sock doing? I mean,
Yeah. You know what? Let's.
we couldn't get into the laundromat,
No,
everybody.
so I'm just gonna rinse off with this half-empty bottle of liquor.
That's the spirit. Speaking of liquor and people who abstain from liquor, like Mrs. Culpepper, a lot of listeners remember fondly the "Don't Truckle to Tom Hanks" interaction.
Yeah, she's very firm about that.
Yes,
very firm.
Mrs. Culpepper, for those of you who don't know, is our favorite denuded Southern gentry widowed hand pup.
Wow, your favorite? Well, I'm so flattered. Thank you so
and look
much,
at this.
Adam Felber.
You're out here on New Year's Eve too,
Well,
Mrs.
I'm
Culpepper.
freezing my bejesus off.
Please watch the language, even though it's New Year's Eve. I don't
It's
expect.
very nippy out here.
It-
Very, very nippy. But Happy New Year. And I'm so proud that people fondly remember that I do not truckle to Tom Hanks.
Well,
he has promised to be on the show many a time now, but he has for the nicest man in show business, he has many, many demands. And he insists that I not wear my ruby sateen dress, and I will not do it. I will not truckle to Tom Hanks.
Even though you've spoiled most of it, let's listen to that segment right now. Mailbag. And good luck in your campaign, Colin, although I don't know why you have to pick up that same calumny that everybody launches about Adam Felber that I'm just on every episode.
That's not a calumny. That is not a calumny.
Oh, look,
That
it's
is
Mrs.
not
Culpepper.
a calumny, Adam Felber.
Welcome, Mrs. Culpepper.
Boy, Adam, I have not spoken to you for a while, and one of the things I've noticed is that you and Mike
Boom Boom have become so you're birds of a feather.
Really? Because I don't feel I don't identify with Mike at all, Mrs. Culpepper.
You're like twins that were separated, but you're in lockstep with one another.
What is happening
It's
to this
beautiful
show?
to see such a friendship unfold.
It's not a friendship, and
year
why am I
after-
arguing with a hand puppet over an imaginary caller?
What?
I said, why am I arguing with a hand puppet about an imaginary caller?
That is a damnable calumny.
Mrs. Culpepper, don't you have anywhere to be tonight? I'm sure your husband misses you.
I'm here on Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone, waiting for Tom Hanks to show up.
Well, Tom Hanks, as we learned from Paula, is not going to show up.
He is.
Oh, he is?
He's asked in order to appear on Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone. Tom Hanks, a wonderful, wonderful actor, has insisted that I not wear my ruby sateen dress. He has requested that you wear an Argyle sweater vest and that we have pinafores available to him.
That seems like a reasonable bunch of requests to me.
I don't truckle to Tom Hanks.
All right, then. Well, then you don't have to be there that night. You can spend a quiet evening at home with Captain Culpepper.
I'll spend a quiet evening at... I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, Captain Culpepper is no longer with us, Adam.
Oh, really? What happened?
He passed away.
Oh. Well, I guess the time comes for everybody. There's no predicting the rhyme or the reason when natural causes take one away from us.
Well, it was
sorry.
not, in fact, natural causes.
It wasn't.
I must contest that. No, it was not.
What was it?
It was,
Was it something crazy like triotoxism or something?
It was
Tyrotoxism.
tyrotoxism, which of course is poisoning by cheese or other dairy products.
How unusual.
It was tragic.
It must have
Adam.
been grotesque as well.
It was grotesque, and it's a painful memory.
I don't want to make you live it, so you don't have to tell me about the cottage cheese or whatever did it to
It
him.
was not cottage cheese, Adam Feldman.
yeah.
It was the Gouda that got him.
Okay, well, sure that must have been awful.
You are two peas in a pod with Mike Boom Boom.
I am not.
Bonafit, you and Mike Boom Boom Bonafit are birds of a feather. You're thick as thieves.
We're not thick as thieves.
You are thick as thieves.
Well, that certainly was a wonderful segment involving Mrs. Culpepper.
And she got too cold and had to leave, but she was so touched by the homage.
Well, she was one of the top vote getters among our fans. So
That makes her very, very.
In fact, Tony Nita Hall, you said what?
Oh, she was the top?
The top
top
vote getter.
vote.
Wow. And I'm really happy that so many listeners enjoyed Not My Butterfinger, the rap song I created with Jay Deal. He is so great.
He is really great.
He's a composer, an arranger, a music producer, and he's a professor at USC Thornton School of Music, and he did a fantastic job of producing Not My Butterfinger. You know, you can download it on iTunes.
Yeah, I hear it was a really easy process getting that posted on there.
Oh, I don't think it was.
Really? Bonnie, was it?
No.
No, don't answer, Bonnie. No. We're not going down that rabbit hole again. In fact, let's just...
Wait.
Let's just...
What?
You didn't plug the ringtone.
I didn't
Oh, you
plug
can get a
the
ringtone also.
You didn't say anything about the ringtone.
There is a Not My Butterfinger ringtone that
Thank you.
one can buy on iTunes.
Yeah, thank you.
Now I have plugged the ringtone.
Let's keep
26
pushing
years
the
of working
merch.
together.
Yeah.
She's,
She's
she got the ringtone up there as well. Not at the first pass.
No. Apparently a few things were mislabeled.
Yeah, we didn't.
I have her best interest at heart.
Yeah,
at
I
all
think she
times.
really does.
Yeah.
I have the ringtone.
I can't figure out how to get it on my phone.
What was that? I was just reading ahead, seeing how to do this.
So Tony says to Bonnie that Tony has the ringtone, and Bonnie says, "Really? I can't figure out how to get it on my phone."
Okay, fantastic. And on that, we'll be back after this.
Have you ever watched a movie so bad you just needed to talk to somebody about it?
Well, here at the Flophouse, we watch a bad movie and then talk about it.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. We'll watch it and we'll talk it. We do the hard work.
Featuring the beautiful vocal talents of Dan McCoy,
Stuart Wellington,
And me, America's Rascal, Elliot Kalin.
New episodes every other Saturday at MaximumFun.org or wherever you get your podcasts, dude. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
this is Amy Mann,
And I'm Ted Leo.
and we have a podcast called The Art of Process.
We've been lucky enough over the past year to talk to some of our friends and acquaintances from across the creative spectrum to find out how they actually work.
And so I have to write material that makes sense and makes people laugh. I also have to think about what I'm saying to people.
If I kick your ass, I'll make you famous.
The fight to get LGBTQ representation in the show.
We weirdly don't know as many musicians as you would expect.
I really just became a political speechwriter by accident, realizing that I have accidentally pulled my pants down.
Listen and subscribe at MaximumFun.org or wherever you get your podcast.
It's like if the guinea pig was complicit in helping the scientist.
Yeah, we're recording. Bonnie, want to get a little closer to my phone while you chew that chip?
My God.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know, we should have had all of Captain Crinkle's crunchy sounds.
Oh, you know, I'm organizing
play
that
in an homage.
for early next year. I'm going to be releasing a little EP called "The Sounds of Crinkle."
Oh, that's a great idea.
Just all the extraneous. Now she's like getting up in your phone and crunching it.
Yeah.
And Bonnie,
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
I would tell her to sit down, but we're on the street.
Yeah, there is really nowhere to sit. Well, sit on this cement block with me. God, my butt's cold.
Was that a gunshot?
I think it was. I didn't want to say anything. I wasn't sure if the listeners could hear it. But you know. And,
there's another.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's a shootout.
It's coming from over near the laundromat.
Right.
Apparently, I didn't even think they were open, but apparently people are really wanting laundry detergent.
Let's hope it's that.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah,
That's
no,
a
I saw
violent
these
New
two
Year's Eve.
guys shaking hands in the street a little while ago, and I think isn't that lovely? And then I realized, like, as I saw them look at each other from across the way and then come over and just shake hands, and I realized I think it was just a drug deal that went down in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
At first, I thought it was like beautiful handshake, but it
no.
was a beautiful handshake.
They were not forgetting old acquaintances.
Great to be here. Thanks,
Right.
Anthony.
Well, you know what? I do want to tell our listeners one thing, which is that as this year is ending, so is our run with Maximum Fun. This show is our last show as part of the Maximum Fun Network. The show is going to go on.
Thank you, Maximum
That's
Fun.
right.
It has been fun. If you listen to our show on an app, you don't need to change anything to keep listening. New episodes will still show up every week.
Right. If you're subscribed, you're subscribed. We're changing networks, but the subscription is exactly the same. And if you're a supporter of the show through Maximum Fun, though, and you support other shows as well, your contributions will automatically be split between those other shows that you support.
If your Max Fun membership only supports Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone, well, why not look at some other Max Fun shows?
Right.
You might find a new show you love over at MaximumFun.org.
And you'll also receive an email from Maximum Fun about the steps for changing or canceling your membership. So keep an eye out for that.
And again, thank you so much, Maximum Fun. And
We
stay
were just
tuned.
a couple of kids with a dream, and that network, they found us and lifted us up.
Yeah. I had this idea that I could do a show where I would make sense.
You mean like as opposed to dollars?
No, that I would be clear. I would have clarity.
Oh, yeah.
And people would hear me, and they'd say, yeah, she's right.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Thanks for listening and for supporting us during our time on Maximum Fun, and stay tuned for more episodes of Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone, the comedy podcast.
That's right. We might be leaving this network, but we're not leaving the world of podcasting. And now, if you've been listening to it at MaximumFun.com, however, that's the one change. You can catch us on the Starburns Audio website at starburns.audio.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, there is one other big change that we're happy to announce beginning January 14th, Paula.
Wait, what?
You are launching your new website, and all of our shows will be available there on paulapoundstone.com.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
It's going to be a big day.
It's gonna, yeah.
And 100% it's going to happen.
I am also going to be shot out of a cannon that day. That's part of my celebration.
Both very likely
Yeah.
occurrences. I am now officially shivering.
You know what? I'm the kind of cold where I look forward to peeing because it will be warm.
Well, all right, it's almost midnight here on Miranda Street, so it's time to call it a show and call it a decade.
A decade? Oh my gosh, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, roaring 20s are roaring our way right now. So, Let me just say, Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone is hosted by Paula Poundstone and yours truly, Adam Felber, produced by Paula Poundstone and Adam Felber, Bonnie Burns, Ken Lezebnik, and Tony Anita Hull. Technical directions usually by Ray Horseman, and mixing often by Anthony Alfaro, but not tonight. Our head of security is Tyler the Ragin' Cajun Burke, and where was he tonight?
Yeah, apparently he's locked in that studio with a yak and Anthony Alfaro.
With the yak and what's left of
They're
Anthony
both
Alfaro.
pinned to the wall.
All right. Transcription services for this show provided by Transcribe Me. For your special Paula Poundstone discount, use code Paula Poundstone when placing your order at transcribeme.com.
That's our show for tonight, for the decade. Won't somebody please listen to me?
They will.
I'm pretty sure.
Happy New Year, everybody.
This week's word is opprobrium. It's a noun meaning disgrace or reproach, arising from conduct considered shameful. Last week's word was clack. When I think back, it's a noun meaning individual group hired to applaud a performance, as in a theater. The week before that, the word was horologe. It's a timepiece, as a clock, watch, or hourglass. The week before that, the word was probity, a noun meaning moral excellence, integrity. The week before that, we had nugatory. It's an adjective that means inconsequential, worthless, having no force, inoperative. Adam didn't think it was the right word to describe the incorrectly prescribed antibiotic for my bladder infection, but I did.
The cat of the week is Hildegard from Portland, Oregon.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.